Hi guys. So I wanted to make a video today because my parents had a Christmas party today, and oh yeah, I'm at my parents' house now, so that's why it looks a little bit different. Anyways, my parents had their annual like Christmas open house today, and I wanted to just kind of talk about how it went and maybe give some suggestions, I guess, for other people with social anxiety who are going to be going to Christmas parties or are thinking about whether they should or should not go to Christmas parties this holiday season. Um, so every year, my parents have an open house. It's usually 3 to 4 hours, and people can come at any time. Some people stay for the entire time, and other people like come in for just a bit and then they leave. And usually we have between 60 and 70 people at the house, so it's kind of a crowd. And in past years, I think this is like, I'm not sure exactly, but I think this might be like the sixth or seventh time that we've done this open house. So the very first open house, I was downstairs for the whole thing, and it was basically awful. It was several years ago, but I remember just feeling really awkward, and like I felt like I was forced to engage in small talk with people who I really didn't care really about like talking with. Like I don't like small talk, and I don't like feeling forced to talk with people. So that made me really uncomfortable. And also, that was 6 or 7 years ago, and I was struggling a lot more with social anxiety back then. I'm pretty sure than I am now. So anyway, I have no positive memories from that first open house. And then in subsequent open houses or subsequent years, I have just decided to leave the house for the entire time, so I didn't have to face any of the guests, some of whom I knew and others who I didn't know. Or I'd say probably most of the people I don't know, but there are some familiar faces. Because my parents live now in a different city than I've ever lived in. Um, so I don't actually know a whole bunch of people in this city. So most of their guests, I don't know. Um, anyway, and then in other years, I just hung out upstairs in my room and I came down for short intervals throughout the evening. Then this evening, what I did is so the open house was from, I'm trying to think, 5 to 8. And so I was down there at, at 5, like when the first people came. And my plan was to stay down there until I just really needed to get away, but I was really forcing myself to stay downstairs with the guests as long as I could handle and really do my best not to avoid the situation. So what I did tonight is before the open house, I told my mom and dad and two of my sisters what I was planning to do, and I asked just for their support and respect of my choice, even if they couldn't understand it. And each of my family members does have some understanding of how social anxiety affects me. Some understand it more than others, but I think, well, I know that they all respect it, even if they don't completely understand how it affects me. So, anyway, I told them my plan for the evening and I had their support. And what actually helped me a lot is that some of the people who came actually had babies, and I find that I'm quite comfortable if I have like a baby to hold because I feel that's kind of like my shield or my armor or something, which might sound silly, but someone that came did have a 2.5-month-old baby boy who was just adorable, and I held him for so long. And then I did engage in some small talk with people, and I didn't enjoy it, but I don't think I was very awkward. I did like do my best to be social and talk with people, even though I wasn't, feeling it 100%. Yeah, so I lasted 2.5 hours. I lasted until or no, a little bit less than that. I lasted until probably like 7:15, and then I just said quietly to I tracked my mom down and I said quietly to her that I was gonna go upstairs to my room and could she please come up and let me know when there were just a couple people left in the house. Because usually what happens at the end of our open houses is that when there were just a couple people left, we ended up like all sitting down in the living room and having like conversations, and I don't have to talk, I can just listen, and it's not this small talk and the mingling anymore. So at about it was about 8 o'clock, my mom let me know that most of the people had left. And so I went back downstairs and I just sat quietly in the living room and I just, just observed and I just listened to what other people were saying. And that was not awkward at all for me. I didn't feel at all comfortable. And I did feel a little bit refreshed, I guess, from my, about 45-minute break that I had when I had time just to myself upstairs. And overall, I think that worked really well for me today. Did I enjoy those 2+ hours at the party? No, I won't go so far as to say that I enjoyed it. But was it unbearable? Absolutely not. I was able to tolerate it, and I don't think that I came across to other people as being awkward. At least thinking back, I can't remember any situations that I like might have embarrassed myself, and I'm usually pretty good at identifying situations where I embarrass myself. So since I can't think of any, I think it's pretty safe to say that I didn't do anything embarrassing. So if any of my viewers who have social anxiety have any Christmas parties or holiday parties to go to, maybe you could try something similar to what I did. And if the Christmas party is in your house, and you're not the one hosting it, obviously, try to just go away to a quiet area of the house if you can after you've sort of maxed out your social abilities for the evening. And then if you do feel refreshed at any point and you feel like you're ready to tackle the challenge again, try to make your way back down to where the party is happening. And if you've been invited to somebody else's house or a different place for a Christmas party and it's like long or something, maybe you don't have to go for the whole thing. Maybe you could just tell yourself, I'll go for 20 minutes and then I'll reevaluate how I'm feeling, and then make a decision if I should stay or leave. And the guests, depending on the kind of Christmas party it is, if it's not like a sit-down dinner or something, it's just mingling, the host probably won't even mind if you leave a bit early. They'll just be glad that you came in the first place. Just let them know when you're leaving and thank them for a wonderful time, even if you didn't have a wonderful time, and they won't think anything of it that you're leaving early. So that's my little tip for how to approach Christmas parties if you have social anxiety. And I think that's all for now, so I will see you guys later. Bye!